Hi kids, I'm Shanice from Swirl Music, and this is part 2 of important musical terms and their application. A scale is a group of notes placed in order of their pitches. It can be the notes moving from a lower tone to a higher tone or ascending, and a higher tone to a lower tone or descending. It's like walking up and down the stairs. When you walk up, you start with the lowest step and climb up. When you walk down, you start with the highest step and start stepping down. A scale is made up of 8 tones, which is a series of whole tones and half tones. A half tone is the smallest distance between two musical pitches. It sounds like this. On a keyboard, a half tone would be two keys which are right next to each other. For example, this black key to this white key, or this white key to this white key. On a guitar, a semitone would be from this fret to this fret. A whole tone would be two semitones. On a keyboard, it would be from this white key to this white key, or from this white key to this black key, or from this black key to this white key. On a guitar, it would be from this fret to this fret. It sounds like this. If you notice, a whole tone will always have one tone in between two tones. So in a major scale, the distance between the first and the second tone is a whole tone. Between the second tone and third is a whole tone. Third and fourth is a half tone. Fourth and fifth is a whole tone. Fifth and sixth a whole tone. Sixth and seventh a whole tone, and seventh and eighth a half tone. So the series would be whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. The notes of the C scale would be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. In a G scale, the notes are G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. When a note is raised up by a semitone, we say it is sharpened. Example, in the G scale, F is raised up by a semitone. Hence, it will be F sharp. The notes of the F scale are F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, and F. In this scale, the B is flattened by a semitone. Hence we have a B flat. From this we can say that a C sharp can be called a D flat, an E sharp can be called an F, and an F flat can be called an E. That means each note will have two names. We call them enharmonic notes. We need to know this because when writing the notes of a scale, the name of the notes cannot be repeated twice. For instance, in the F scale, we cannot say A sharp because we have an A natural and A cannot be written twice, so it will be B flat. Use this method to figure out all the other major scales. Once you've figured out all your major scales, you will notice that each one has a certain number of sharps and flats. You cannot have a mix of flats and sharps in one scale. If there are no sharps and flats, then we know that the scale is the C major. If it has one flat, then it is the F major scale. One sharp would be G major scale, and so on. An easier way to remember this is looking at the circle of fifths. If we start at C and go higher to the fifth note of the C scale, we get to G, and the G scale has one sharp. Going higher to the fifth note of the G scale, we have D, and D scale has two sharps. Going higher to the fifth note of the D scale, we have A, and the A scale has three sharps, and so on. If we start with C and move lower to the fifth note, we get F, and in the F scale you have one flat. 5 notes lower again in the F scale, you get B flat. The B flat scale has two flats. 5 notes lower again in the B flat scale, we come to E flat. In the E flat scale, we have three flats, and so on. To help us know which scale a piece is, when you look at sheet music, the sharps and flats are mentioned at the start of the piece like this. We call this the key signature. In this key signature, we know that 4 sharps is the E major scale, and in this one we know that 4 flats is the A flat major scale. Apart from the major scale, we also have minor scales. You have the natural minor scale, harmonic minor scale, and the melodic minor scale. In a natural minor scale, the third, fifth, and sixth note of the scale is flattened. So the C natural minor scale notes will be C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, and C. It will sound like this. The notes of the scale will be the same for both ascending and descending. Another simple one is the A natural minor scale. The names of the notes for this scale is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. If you look at these notes carefully, you will notice that these notes are similar to the notes of the C major scale. With this, we can conclude that the relative minor of the C scale is the A minor. So, we can say that the relative minor of every major scale is the sixth note of the major scale. The relative minor of the F major scale is D minor, A major is F sharp minor, D major is B minor, and so on. In the harmonic minor scale, the third and the sixth note are flattened. The notes of the C harmonic minor will be C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B, and C. It will sound like this. The notes of this scale will be the same for both ascending and descending. In the melodic minor scale, the notes of ascending and descending are different. In ascending, we will have 1, 2, flattened 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And descending, 8, flattened 7, flattened 6, 5, 4, flattened 3, 2, 1. So the notes of the C melodic minor ascending scale are C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B, C. And ascending, C, B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat, D, C. In a scale, two notes that are 8 notes apart is called an octave. So in a C scale, the note that is 8 steps away from the tonic note will be an octave. This C will be the octave. This will be the case in any note. This is an octave, this is an octave, and this is an octave. Two notes played at the same time would be called a harmonic interval. When three notes are played at the same time, we call it a triad or a chord. Chords are three or more notes played at the same time. The three notes of the chord is based on the root plus a third above it and the fifth above it. A chord can be built on every note of the major or minor scale. Here's an example of the chords built on the C major scale. The names of the chords are taken from the names of the notes in the scale they are from. There are different types of chords. You have a major, minor, augmented, and diminished. A major chord will consist of the root, third, and a fifth above. A minor will have the root, a flattened third, and a fifth. A diminished will have the root, a flattened third, and flattened fifth. An augmented will have a root, a third, and a sharpened fifth. As a shorthand method, the chords are numbered with Roman numerals. Uppercase Roman numerals are used for major chords, and lowercase numerals are used for minor chords and diminished. From the previous example, we can see the major chords are 1, 4, and 5, and 2, 3, and 6 are minors, and 7 is a diminished. Apart from its root position, a chord can have two other positions. We call this an inversion. For example, in a C major chord, the notes are arranged as C, E, G. This chord can also be played as EGC, which makes it inversion 1 or A, and GCE, which makes it inversion 2 or B. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Keep practicing and don't forget, if you believe it, you can achieve it.